So, me and my wife took a trip to merry old England a few years back. Lots of fun. We did the whole London thing, and then we moved up to Edinborough, Scotland, where we concluded our trip. Rained the whole time, pretty cold, but it was a general blast. On the third or fourth night, we started getting a little restless. We started looking at the pubs and seeing flyers for various tours that were going on around the Royal Mile, and we saw a tour for the Edinborough Vaults, and I remember seeing them on Ghost Adventures, and I thought, why not? Let's go see the Edinborough Vaults. So we went. It was 10 or 11 in the evening. We went in. It was pretty cold, just as cold on the inside as it was on the outside. The smelled like old stone and mildew. That's my wife right in the center there. You can see everyone's kind of bundled up and generally pretty miserable. That's a picture on my phone, and it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what that little doojabber there is there in the front. Who knows? But most of these with the night vision were taken with my handheld camera. That's the nice lady giving us the tour. She was all full of colorful stories meant to give us a thrill about the various hauntings inside the vaults. That's why you go in these places, to see a ghost, see if the ghosts come out and play. I've been to lots of allegedly haunted sites with my wife, and I've never seen squat. Usually it's a pretty sedate evening. Don't really get much of anything. I wasn't holding out a whole lot of hopes on my prospect of capturing a ghost, on my camera, but I soldiered on, took a bunch of pictures with both my phone and my dinosauric camera, which is just sitting in the closet anymore. And then as the evening wore on, I captured this. See it? See that odd figure lurking in the background behind the lady? I don't remember him being in our tour. He's got form. Looks like he's wearing a robe. It looks like he's kind of staring up at the ceiling, looking in a different direction than everybody else is. The girl there is pretty much nearly against the back wall. There's not a whole lot of room, but somehow, somewhere, this guy ends up in our frame. Yeah. I've shown it to various people, and they're like, oh, well, light artifacts. Who knows? I even sent it to the Edinborough Vault because they're usually interested in collecting stuff that they can put in their posters, and they thanked me, and then I never heard anything again. But I'm pretty sure this is my very first ghost picture somewhere deep inside the Edinburgh Vaults. A guy wearing a robe who showed up in my picture. Pretty cool. And then the next day, we did a lot in Greyfriar's Kirkyard, and that's Greyfriar's Bobby right there. He's like a little dog who stayed by the grave of his former master pretty much his entire life. A little statue of the dog erected in front of the Kirkyard, which is to the left here out of the frame. It's kind of customary as you're passing by to give him a little pat on the head as you pass by, and I tried to do that whenever we pass by. And again, saw another flyer for a late night walking tour of the Greyfriars Kirkyard. Lots of tombs, some going back to the 1500s and probably older. I couldn't resist. I'm like, let's do it. Let's take a night walking tour. It's raining, it's cold. We'll walk in the mud. We'll see absolutely nothing, and we can, go back to the hotel once we're done and have sex. Sounds like a good idea to me. So we did the tour. Once again, just full of lots of colorful stories. And then I took this picture, and this big black amorphous blob is Greyfriar's Kirkyard. Hard to tell. I didn't use a flash. But kind of a funky thing though. If you look to the left hand side, you see kind of a lit up shape. I wonder what that is. That's what that is. Kind of looks like a weird face to me, lit up with some sort of side lighting. I wasn't using a flash on my camera or anything. I was just trying to, I don't know what possessed me to take the picture. And I don't remember seeing anything when I took the picture, but there it is. Kind of a weird looking face just hovering there in the dark. And I remember after we were done with the tour, we got back to the hotel, I got really sick. I don't just felt miserable. I'm not sure what happened or why, but felt really sick. And then I get home and look at these pictures, and look there. Kind of interesting. Don't really know what it is. I don't know if it was just a person standing there. I remember everybody was more in the tomb area, which is to the right of this. There wasn't really anybody that I recall standing there in the dark, but there it is. So who knows? My trip to England yielded 2 possible pieces of ghostly evidence. One, a robed man in the Edinborough vaults, and this, a weird face hovering in the Greyfriar Kirkyard. Don't know.